Today we are reloading some Sig V Crown 90 grain 9mm hollow points, and that's coming up next here on Just to Be Outdoors Reloading. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. First off, I'd like to thank Eagle Armament out of Ohio. They sent these out to the channel for us to reload and try out here. So we got the Sig 90 grain V Crown hollow points here. Actually, the only hollow points I've ever reloaded are XTPs, and I've done a couple of the hybrid berries. But this will be the first time we're doing the Sig here. And from the look of it, they're made from Sierra, so that's not bad at all. Now, the load data I got for this is out of the Lyman book, and it was pretty much to this bullet. Let's go over to the components, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do with that. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, for components, of course, we're going to be using the V Crown hollow points here. I'll pop one of these out here real quick so you guys can take a quick look at it. Not really much to it right there. Just a little 90 grain bullet. Not much to it at all. And then what we're going to be using for brass is just mixed range brass as always. Primers, we are going to be using CCI small pistol primers. I'm using good primers in this because they're hollow points. Not sure how I'm going to use these yet, but that's alright. And then what we're going to use for powder is Hodgdon Titegroup here. We're going to be using 4.8 grains. This is, I think, a couple tenths off of max charge on this from the book. But as always, disclaimer, do your own load data, do your own loading test and everything to make sure what works for you, because what works for you and me are two different things. Alright, let's get started here, and as always, I'm going to run one through here. But what we're going to do different this time to save on time, I'm just going to keep going and just walk that around one and tell you what's going on, instead of just doing one individual one, just to save on time, because the first one, I always got to check my powder to make sure my powder's throwing what I want here. So we're going to put our first piece of brass in here. We're going to lift it up, and this is going to size and deprime it. Come down, push forward, and that right there is going to set the primer in it. I'll pop this out here real quick so you guys can see there's a new primer in there. Now we're going to move it over to the powder through and expanding station here, and then I'm just putting another one in because we're going to keep going here. Now I'm going to pull my pen out here, check my powder charge here to make sure it's where I want it. I haven't messed with this press since yesterday, so the first one usually is going to be off. So I'm going to check that here. We're going to prime that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this one here until I'm verified with the powder on this, so I know where I'm at on that. And yep, we want 4.8, and of course the first throw is at 5 because the powder has settled, because I haven't done this since yesterday. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this 5 times just to make sure that it's going to be where I want it. This is where everybody does it different, as I say in every video. I usually do it about 5 times. Some people do it 10, 15, 20. Whatever makes you happy, go ahead and do it the way you want it. I usually do about 5, and it's usually pretty good after that. And then usually one spot throughout, usually in the middle, I'll end up checking it again. But this will be the last one here. I'm going to go back forward on that, make sure that reset. Get this powder charge here. Alright, now we're right on 4.8, exactly what I wanted. So we're going to put that back in. Put our pen back in. And then we're going to put the piece of brass we primed back in. Now we're going to go over to the bullet crimping and seating die, but I only have it set up to seat because I only like doing it in one step, not 2. So I crimp in the last step. So now we're going to go up. We're going to seat that bullet, and remember to always push down forward on that because that resets your powder on this. Now we're going to put another one in here. And we are in full progressive mode, so now that last one is going to get crimped. And we're going to get everything in here. Go up there. Crimp it. And now that is our first round here of the hollow points here, the Sig V Crowns. And what I always do is I keep a barrel up here, because I got a bunch of them. And we're going to plunk test it And right here, it did not come out. So we're going to have to figure out why that is. So I'll be right back and tell you what I find out. Alright, I figured out what was wrong. Last night when I set this die up, I forgot I backed it off a little bit, so the overall length was a tad bit too long. So that round and this next round coming out, I'm going to have to fix. So what we're going to do is put this one in here. We're going to put our itty bitty bullet in here. We're just going to keep on rolling. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to double check my overall length on this next case that pops out and see if it's closer to what I wanted. Now, I'm not telling you guys the overall length, even though this is low data in the book, just for the simple fact I like leaving something out so I'm not being liable saying I'm giving you everything. So that's why I do that. So now I'm going to grab my micrometer here real quick and mic this out here. Alright, now it looks like I'm just a tad bit under what I want. I'm not at a full charge, so I'm not really worried about that. So we're going to make another adjustment here real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, now we're back and we're going to do the same thing again. This is a bad thing about doing a bullet you've never done before, and you only got so many to do. I only got 100 here, so you guys kind of see what I'm going to go through here when I'm trying to do this. And like I said, I'll go back and I'll fix the rest of the bullets at the end here. But it looks like that one might have went in a little bit crooked here. Yep, that one went a little bit crooked. Not sure why that is. We'll set that one off to the side. So now what I'm going to do is put the pin back in here. Like I said, you guys get to see it all with me. I don't leave nothing out. So I'm actually going to try this one here. Make sure it gets caught up there where it should. Because the best thing to do is actually to have every single one of these full to get your overall length right. So we are just going to do that. We are going to skip that one there. Then we're going to put one of these in. Alright, now I'm going to put a bullet on this one since it's got powder on it. Just to cover it up. Everything looks good on this one. Gonna double check my overall length here real quick. Alright. Now this one is just a tad bit over, but if it plunks, I'm good with that. And it does plunk, you guys can see there. Drop it down. Pops right out. Put it back in again. Spin it all about, and we're good on that. So now we are ready to roll here. Like I said, I will fix the rest of them later. No issue with that. Double check this one. Yes, we do got powder. Like I always say with my reloading channel, I really don't edit much out here because you guys might be new reloaders here and you need to see some of the stuff that goes on to make the rounds here. So that's why I like doing this way. So you guys can see what I go through because you might be going through it too. So that is something I like leaving in for newbies to see here in case they screw up and they think, oh no, something's wrong. Nope, everybody goes through it. Just like right here, we've got a 380. I've had a lot of 380s mixed in with this one here. So once again, we're going to pull our pin out here with the powder. We are going to put another piece of brass in. We're going to size it, prime it, put our piece of brass back in that had the powder already in it. And we're going to spin that all around. The one thing is my eyes are getting bad here, so if I try to sit here and look at every single case head while doing the video, that ain't going to work out good unless I put my reading glasses on. So I always just go when I catch it. But I think I got to make another adjustment here because I just got another one that went in crooked here. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to move my expanding die here real quick, so I'll be right back again. Alright, coming back with you because I think I figured out the issue that time. I forgot to put my flat stem in, and I had the round one in, and I think that was kicking the bullet sideways, and that's what happens. That's why I leave this stuff in for you guys. Totally bonehead move on my part that I didn't change my seating stem, because I'm not really used to doing hollow points that often. But that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to put my flat seating stem in, and that's what the issue was. So I'm going to get this all set back up here, come back, and then hopefully we can knock some of these out here. Alright everybody, sorry about this. This video is turning into such a cluster. Forgot to change the stem and everything, and I've done quite a few rounds here just to make sure everything's set up. So we're not exactly doing 100 here, but we're going to finish out what I have here. Hopefully everything from now on goes on. So, one thing I always forget about, because I use Lee dies, Lee only has like a tapered cone seating stem, and that works with pretty much most bullets there. And I think I just caught another 380. I'm starting to get a feel for those. But those work with most bullets, and I always forget when I got my RCBS dies, I got to change the seating stems in them. And that got it all screwed up for me. So, I like to apologize for that to Eagle Armament. They sent these out, and here I thought I was going to do a really good video for them. And here it's turned into a cluster. That's alright. He's a good guy over there. He'll understand. He's a good guy. But one thing I can tell you right now that I'm having another issue with is these 90 grain bullets. They're a little small for me to grab to get a hold on to too. Hopefully these things are fun to shoot here. Usually with hollow points you want like a max load. I'm not using these for like self-defense or anything. Like I said earlier, I don't really know what I'm going to do with them yet. I figure we might do some jug tests to see what they do on that. That'd be in the future. But right now I've had these since like the middle of summer of 2024, and it's now January of 2025. So I wanted to get these knocked out for him and get them made up. Didn't realize how busy that mowing job I took on was going to keep me during the summer. So I didn't get much reloading done at all. But now I got the time, so I wanted to do a video for him and get these knocked out for him. But now that everything is running smoothly, let's go ahead and be quiet, because I know you guys like hearing the press run, and let's go ahead and do that. Making sure this one felt a little bit weird, but it is a 9mm. Double check and make sure it fits in there good. Usually the 380s are a little bit sloppy in there. Sometimes I can get a feel for it. Actually, I bet you I know what that is. Yep, that is a 9mm Kurtz, otherwise known as 9mm short or 380. So yeah, I got a bunch of those mixed in here. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that here, trying to do all that. Get this in there a little bit better. There we go. Now we'll get back on track here. That's another one you got to watch out for. I actually traded somebody some stuff a while ago, and part of it was a coffee can full of 380. Well, in that 380, that huge coffee can like the ones I got back here that you guys normally see, had a bunch of 9mm Kurtz in it too, which you can use in 380. It's the same thing. But sometimes I forget that when I go to separate, I just see 9mm and not pay attention. And then that's what happens when you do that. Make sure, yep, I got powder. Alright. So that happens sometimes. Sometimes I get 40s mixed in too. I'm starting to learn to pull up on the case when I stick it into the first station. Because like I said, 380s, usually they don't want to stay tied up in there. And they'll end up working themselves loose. So that's a little tip for you. And basically you guys are getting everything in this video, all my screw-ups. But that happens, that's why I leave it in. Just so you guys know and see, it's not only you. Not everything runs smoothly all the time. But we're going to knock these rounds out here. I got a bunch of rounds that I'm going to have to fix after the video here. I got about this many of trying to get everything adjusted right. That's okay though. I got a kinetic bullet puller. I wish I had a actual bullet puller die, but I got mine's a Cabela's, but I think RCBS makes the kinetic. Actually, I got it sitting right here. This thing got its use here, and I still got it out to use it more. I've tried the cheap ones on Amazon, and I've broken like 2 or 3 of them, so I stopped getting them. They're the blue plastic with like the gray centerpiece. In case you guys want to know, stay away from those. Those are junk. Do not get those. Like I said, I've broken 2 or 3 of them, and do not recommend them at all. I actually used to have them, I think, in my Amazon store, and I took them out of there for that reason. Because I didn't want people buying them and then getting mad at me because they're junk, thinking I was recommending them. I never even did a video on them. Never done a video on this one either, but it's getting mentioned in this video. Basically, what I got is I got a little anvil below my desk here. I actually found it at my old house down in the basement when we moved in. And I kept it for all these years just to keep it. Actually, I had it in my scrap pile for one time, and I was going to turn it in for scrap. And then I decided to keep it, and now I'm glad I did. Because now I can just grab my hammer, and I got it down at my feet. I can hammer it, knock that round out real quick. So it came in nice and handy when I started reloading. But we are definitely getting down here. Like I said, I got a few of those to fix. I am not going to show you that on camera here. It would be a good time to do a video on that hammer though, but I'm not going to do that either. I just don't have the time to do 2 videos today. Just get these fixed here, get these knocked out, and then everything's set up good now for when I come back to do the other ones. I can just knock them out real quick. And that'll make it nice and easy. What I'll do when I do that, I'll actually probably just pull the decapping pin out because they already got the primers in them. And just run it right back through so I don't have to worry about nothing. It's easier doing that than knocking all the primers out and putting them back in. Nice easy thing to do. But I'm going to give you guys another quiet one. That one felt a little bit weird. That one didn't decap. So what we're going to do is take this one out before I go all the way up again. There, that time it did. Seems like every time I want to go into quiet time, something happens. Alright, get this pin back in here. Alright, now let's do it. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a last powder check here. Just to make sure this stuff's been pretty dang good. But the way my day is going, I'm double checking it because I only probably got maybe 10 or 11 left here. So we'll zero that out. Go up here. Double check our powder charge. Alright, and we're good on that. And then put my pin back in. And we'll get to knocking the rest of these out here. The thing when you use Titegroup is, like with these bullets, and I know with 147 grain, they don't really give you that much leeway. There's only 4 or 5 tenths from max to min, or min to max. So you don't have a lot of playing room with it, because usually like what I do, there's our primers. What I like doing is usually I run mine about 2 tenths off the max a lot of times, just so I know they're running everything. And these ones, you do that, you're at a mid-range load. But I would rather have it at mid-range than at going over or anything, so that's cool with me. Usually when you got the primer beep here, usually you only got about 4 left here. So we'll just keep going then. I got a pretty good feel now. I can tell when there's still a primer to put in there now. When I first started reloading with this press, I couldn't tell. I got a very good feel for it now though. To tell when a primer don't go in. I'm going to guess from looking at my bullets, usually they give you 2 or 3 extras. So I should be getting down there. Yep, like that one right there. I could feel that one didn't get a primer in it. So we will run these out here. And just like normal, I got 2 bullets left in there. And usually that's about what they do. Most companies do anyways. Alright, and we got those finished off. let's go back up on top and finish this video out. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video of making these here, the little Sig V Crown 190 grain bullets here. The ones we did at the end came out rather nicely here. Once again, I would like to thank Eagle Armament out of Ohio for helping us out here. Check them out. If you are on YouTube, I can leave a discount code down below for you, but I can't leave a link to them. If you follow me on Rumble, X, or Trigger Hill's another one I'm on. It's kind of like an Instagram for guns. I'll leave you guys the link and the discount code over there for Eagle Armament. Great guys over there. Love dealing with them. They've really helped me out here lately. They sent a few things out for us to do videos with, and I appreciate it. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axil Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are One Nation Under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.